What's up, guys? Trilogy here with Trilogy Effect. Welcome to Trilogy Talk, episode 9? That's crazy that we're on episode 9. Time flies. Let's get into it. This is Trilogy Talk. I'm Trilogy, of course, and we do gaming, anime, manga, tech talk, all kinds of stuff on my channel. I have curated playlists, but you've managed to make it to my Trilogy Talk podcast episode, which comes out every Friday with basically news in the gaming industry and tech industry and basically just more positive notes versus your traditional news where it's just too real to be enjoyable. And hopefully you learn something by watching these. I have a very small channel, but we're working on growing. If you want to support, comment, like, subscribe, of course. And then I also have a Patreon you can support with giving at least a little at as low as $1 a month. You can tell I'm new at this. And I don't do ads or sponsorships in my video as of right now because that's not the kind of experience I would want as a viewer. So I haven't sold out yet. But if you want to support, those are the ways that you could do so. With that said, let's go ahead and jump into Trilogy Talk. Up next, I want to talk about Home Team, which is a movie on Netflix. As far as that goes, it has, I forget his name. What is his name? I'm about to look it up right now. Anyways, it's based on a true story about, the year the Saints got in trouble because they were doing bounties on people, basically, and they were injuring people. And this is based off of a true story. It has that coach, Sean Payton, and he goes home to visit his son because he's suspended. What else is he going to do? And he ends up coaching their little league or whatever football team. Kevin James, that's hilarious. I can't believe I forgot his name. It also has Rob Schneider, and Rob Schneider is playing Rob Schneider. Like, there's nothing else you can expect out there. It also has Taylor Lautner, Jacob from Twilight. I haven't seen him in a whole bunch. Good for him, I guess. Anyways, this movie, it's a good family movie. It's rated PG. If you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend you check it out. It's actually literally #1 in movies right now. And I usually do ending explains for popular Netflix movies, but there's not really an ending explained for this movie. It's based on a true story, and there's no mystery about it. He gets suspended for the whole year, and then he comes back to coach the next year. So, it was only a 1-year suspension. When you're rich like that, I think you'll be all right, I don't know how much coaches make towards players, but if it's anything like players and owners, they're probably pretty good off. So you can miss a year. But it's just a nice, wholesome movie about a father trying to bond with his son. That's really too much it. That's literally the whole premise of the movie. Yes, they have football in there, which I like football. That might make me like it more than I might not have liked it if I hadn't had the football element. But as far as that goes, sometimes those based on a true story movies, there's only so much they can do to make a good story, but I think Home Team does a really good job. It's very encouraging, lighthearted, no cursing. There's some implications because there's obviously they have to keep the adults in there somehow. But I think you could watch this with a family and be perfectly fine. Home Team on Netflix, #1 on movies. I honestly was talking to my friend Aletha about this, and I'm just like, I want to give it a 10 out of 10. Just because I can't think of anything that I don't like on this movie. It's a 10 out of 10 movie, but I just feel like it doesn't deserve a 10 out of 10. You know what I'm saying? I can't put it into words as to why I don't want to give this movie a 10 out of 10. It's not because it's PG. It's not because it has Kevin James, and it's not because it's a family movie. I just feel like this movie isn't a 10 out of 10, but I just can't say why. Maybe, I don't know, it wasn't predictable. It wasn't corny. I wouldn't say it was original, but it's based on a true story, you know what I'm saying? So there's only so much they can do with that. I'd probably give Home Team a 9 out of 10, but it's like a high 9 out of 10. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it could be a 10 out of 10, but it's just when I think about how enjoyable it was, when I think of a movie like No Way Home, which I believe I gave that a 9 out of 10. And I think of Home Team and then No Way Home Spider-Man. I enjoyed No Way Home Spider-Man way more. And I gave that a 9 out of 10. You know what I'm saying? It just feels like when I compare it to other good movies, it's hard to justify giving this such a high rating compared to other movies in that category, even though I can't specifically give you a reason why I didn't like Home Team. I loved the movie. It was a nice little watch. I sat there and did homework while I watched it. It was a nice little watch. Home Team on Netflix. You should definitely check it out.